Hey Lee, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can. No, thanks. I had my Beats connected.
Oh, okay. You're
Uh,
also using the headphones now.
yeah, I'm just yes, yeah. Anyway, I'm just trying to catch up on some online what do you call it training, okay, and it's videos. Richard
Oh,
Cullen actually. Yeah,
oh,
he's doing a course for us. So the
who's that? Say again.
Richard,
Oh,
Richard from Next Level.
yeah, he's doing the
So,
EQ stuff for you guys.
yeah, he's doing training for us this weekend. So, yeah,
Oh,
but he's given us like a mountain board. Yeah.
did you see that notification or that WhatsApp when I said to him the AI has got no EQ or something like that?
Yeah.
He took it very personally. Uh,
I've kind of underestimated what he does. Okay, and it's actually quite amazing. It's
no, it
yeah,
is. No, he's good at
yeah,
that. Yeah. Hi,
yeah.
Ashni. Hi, Grant.
Hi, everybody.
Hi, how are you?
Hi there.
Good, good. Nice to see you guys.
You too?
Yeah.
And you?
How's Durban today, Ashni?
Good, it's warm,
Warm.
as always.
Yeah.
We've had a few chilly days, not cold, but chilly
Yeah.
days, but it's a bit warm right now.
Yeah. Okay, that's good. That's good. I
And
know.
how's the US?
Oh, no, I'm not there yet. I'm flying tomorrow.
Oh,
Flying tomorrow
okay.
tomorrow evening. Yeah. So see, as you can see, I'm still in my office. Yeah. No, I'm still in chilly Joburg. That's why I got the jacket on. How's it? How are you?
Well, and yourself.
Good,
This
thank
is
you.
my son.
Yeah, I can't believe it. He's a grown-up man. Yeah, it's amazing. Yeah, no, apparently there's a hot or a heat wave in the US at the moment. So we have to pack summer clothes.
That's what I heard. A friend of mine left for the States. Okay, and he says
Okay.
he's taking 3 cozies.
Yeah. Yeah. No, we're going to spend 3 or 4 days in New York, and apparently even there it's sweltering hot.
Yeah,
So we're going to
yeah.
have fun. Yeah. Okay, cool. All right. Well, I'm not sure if anybody else is going to join us, but in the meantime, let me get going. Lee, is your lady going to join us?
Yes, they both said they were going to join. I'm not sure. Yeah, let me just check. I
Okay.
can invite them.
Yeah, I suppose you could just send them an invite or forward the link that I sent you.
Okay, I'll do it now.
Okay, great. Okay, but I'm going to get going because there's actually so much stuff out there happening at the moment. I suppose everybody knows about Apple's announcement in terms of their new stuff that has come out, which was kind of sort of mildly exciting. It wasn't overwhelming with new stuff that has come out. They haven't invented brand new things, but I think in typical sort of Apple style, they have kind of launched or just implemented stuff into their devices, which has obviously using AI, but they're doing it kind of slowly and systematically with all of the security sort of things in place, which is obviously important for Apple. It's one of the big things that they focus on as security. And yeah, so that's we'll chat about that. We could talk a little bit about I'll show some stuff there, but I've actually got a tool that I've been playing with that is really I love it. It's my next favorite tool, or my most current favorite tool at the moment. So maybe I'll show you guys that, and then if there's time, we'll dig into some more of that Apple stuff as well. But as usual, we'll just talk about the things that are in the news. And obviously, the biggest news is the the AI strategy that Apple has got at their Worldwide Developers Conference. I think the biggest thing to mention there is that they did the deal with OpenAI, that they are going to use OpenAI as a large language model. They're obviously going to use AI within their devices, but when you ask a question that is not within your world of the things that are connected to your device, then it will ask you permission whether it can use OpenAI, and you'll then basically tell them, yeah, that's fine. You can go across to OpenAI and get the answer over there. So I think that's the one of the big things. And also it's kind of just they were talking about the launch that is coming in September. So a lot of these things that is happening on the phones is not something that people will see today. And on top of that, apparently it's only for the latest devices. So if you got anything less than I think it's the iPhone 15 or something like that, you won't get these things. You're going to have to buy a new phone to get these new AI gadgets. And then there was some other research that was released. Again, people just making some terrifying predictions about AGI, artificial general intelligence, that's coming. There's a guy who wrote the ex-OpenAI researcher that wrote a thesis on situational awareness, talking about the decade ahead, and it had some major warnings again, and basically knocking his old company, saying that they're not taking the sort of security concerns seriously enough, and that we're going to have AGI within 3 years or so, and then before the end of the decade, we'll have this super intelligence where AI is smarter than the rest of us. So that's something that's quite concerning. But I'll actually show you guys with my new tool that I'm going to be showing you. I'm going to summarize this document, this thesis that the guy wrote, because it is quite a long document, so it needs some AI to get through it. And then Adobe is also getting into trouble nowadays. You wouldn't think Adobe, because they've been around so long, that they know how to do these things, but they made some changes within their terms of hello.
Are you telling the truth?
Oh, you're not saying hello to me. So within the AI policy, in terms of service, if you want to continue using Adobe, you have to approve that they can use your content to analyze your content to improve their services, software, and user experience. So apparently they say either automatic or manually. So the manually sounds scary, because it sounds a little bit like a human can go in and look at what you're doing on your Adobe account, to learn from it and to analyze it. But anyway, this is what Adobe's doing right now, but they're a reputable company, and they've been around a long time, so I'm sure they'll fix it and they'll get it right. Another company that's got problems, I wouldn't say problems, I'm just saying doing things a little bit weirdly, is Microsoft. I don't know if you guys heard about the Microsoft recall feature that's on the new laptops, where basically it records every 5 seconds. It takes a snapshot of your laptop, so that you can, if you've forgotten when last you did something or what you did yesterday or last week, you can go back and reference that. But the problem with that apparently is that it's not too hard to hack. So if that's happening on your phone, somebody else can come in and hack your laptop. They can go back 2 weeks ago and see what you've been up to, and look at that. So Microsoft had to quickly reverse a little bit, and they switched that. It was set as a default. They actually setting it up as as something that you have to tick on if you want it on your laptop. Descript is one of my favorite sort of video editing tools. They've released a new version of their software. For those of you who don't know Descript, it's a video editing tool where you could literally edit your videos based on the transcript. So if you don't like, if you recorded something, if there's a line or a paragraph that you don't like, or a word you used or whatever, you can literally highlight it, delete it, and it deletes it out of the video. All your ums and ahs and your filler words, as they call it, can be deleted with one click. So it actually makes your editing, if you're doing a podcast or something like that, or you're doing a training video or something like that, it cleans it up very nicely for you. But Descript has now got extra AI tools where you can do the hour-long recording of your podcast, clean it up, but then you can also ask it to break it into smaller videos, like for TikTok or for Facebook or for Instagram or for those sort of things. So it can do it pretty quickly, and it does it smartly, so it understands the context of what's in your video, and it does that for you. So Perplexity brought out Pages, and I think I've told some of you about Pages, which basically you can do a little research thing in Perplexity, which is like ChatGPT or Gemini or Claude or one of those. But as you research a topic, it literally creates content which you can then put together as a page, and you can even add a picture, and it looks like a blog almost, which you can then publish to the world, to the World Wide Web, and you can invite other people to come and see that. So, I thought it was quite a cool innovation, and it's maybe something that they still will do, right? But now they've been accused of within those Pages that they literally just grab stuff from another source, and they just the Perplexity just copies and pastes it in and doesn't sort of rework it as new information. And anyway, so Pika is the video editing or video creation, text to video software. They've raised another $80 million for video generation. And I just thought this is quite an interesting one. McDonald's is actually using AI now in a promotional campaign where they use the software called HeyGen, and HeyGen is basically a tool that creates your avatar and your voice. You can clone it and then create all sorts of messages and stuff. But what they've done now is they created a campaign for people who I think it's mainly in the US, but if your grandkids have got grandparents who speak another language and your grandkids never learned it, so let's say they live in the US and the grandparents are Chinese or Indian or whatever, and they can't communicate with one another because maybe the grandparents can't speak English and the children can't speak Mandarin or whatever. So you go onto that. I presume the kids will do that, and the kids will go on and record themselves giving a message to the grandparents, and then the software will change that in their voices to speak the Mandarin language and then deliver that to the grandparent. And that's obviously quite an emotional moment, and the grandparents love it, and it's sort of it's a touchy-feely moment for McDonald's to promote their products. So it's just another use case of people coming up with things to do. I think you'll see more and more of that as we go. Zoom wants AI clones to be in meetings now, so they actually want to instead of just using these bots that attend meetings, they actually send a version of you, your avatar, and your avatar might be able to interact with everybody else. So I think it's going to be interesting to see what sort of bots people create and that attends the meetings for you, and then obviously the bot will record the meeting and you can go and watch the meeting later. But yeah, so clones in meetings. Well, let's wait till we see that. Oh, this is the McDonald's campaign, basically. So you just literally click on here and record your message, and then you send a message to your grandma. Very, very cool. So yeah, okay, we've done a lot of stuff already. So today I want to talk about Notebook LM, which is a Google product, and I'll quickly touch on some Apple stuff as well. But this is from a book called Getting Things Done. I don't know if anybody has seen this book or read this book before, but it's got this quick reference card, which I thought was interesting, which kind of leads me into Notebook LM. But what it does, it basically says, you've got all of these things that you've got to do, you know, your projects, your commitments, your communications reports, and all of that sort of stuff that comes into your inbox that you have to do. And then what this book does, it recommends that you use this flow chart to organize your life. So you look at what is it, and then is it actionable? If it's yes, then it becomes a project. And if it's no, then it goes over either into trash, or it goes to incubate, which is someday maybe I'll get to it, maybe I'll read it, maybe I'll do something with it. And then the other one becomes a reference file. So the rest obviously is actions and stuff, but I want to talk about this side over here, where basically reference files, or you know, where where you often do this. And I don't know if you guys do this as well. You often see articles, or you think about things, or you make notes, and you keep all of the stuff for one day. I'm gonna investigate that. I'm gonna do that project. I'm gonna write a book on it, or whatever it is, or just I'm gonna, you know, write a blog on it myself, or I'm gonna reference to, you know, use all of this information. But I've got all of these files sitting in Google Drive, and I've got a lot of stuff on my hard drive as well, where I just keep all of this stuff. And to be honest, I hardly ever get to it, and I forget about it. And then if I do remember about it, I never know how to find that stuff as well. Hi, Simone, welcome. So that's why, you know, there's this guy who came out with a book called Building a Second Brain. He talked about a proven method to organize your digital life and unlock your creative potential. So this guy, again, his book is about how to convert all your ideas and stuff into digital files and things, and use them and to reference it. But I'm not going to talk about his book. I actually want to talk about Google's Notebook LM. So you could literally see it's still an experiment, but it's one of those Google products which I hopefully they keep, because Google has been known to come out with products and then just dump them later and say, sorry, we discontinued this product. But if they, I'm sort of heavily invested in this product now, so if they dump it, I'm going to be quite sad. But anyway, so this is what Notebook LM looks like when you come to the main page. Let me take you over there quickly. So there's the page. So you can just literally try a notebook. So if you've got a Google account, you can do this, and you can actually have one for each one of your Google accounts if you've got more than one. And if you sign up, you basically come to a page that looks something like this. So I've already created a bunch of notebooks already. You can just go ahead and create a new notebook. So basically what you can do is click on New Notebook, and then you can start uploading files. So you can connect it to stuff on your Google Drive, your PDF documents, all of those research reports that you've been saving that you're going to look at one day, and you're going to go through. You look at your text files. You can literally copy in text and create notes, but you can also link to websites, which is quite cool. You can literally, articles that you want to save for later or whatever, you can link to those and bring them into your notebook from here. So I'll quickly show you sort of an example that I've used. So that article that I was talking about earlier, the situational awareness, this is the thesis that the guy wrote. Okay, so lots and lots of stuff over here. There's the table of contents where he talks about ChatGPT-4 to AGI, counting the ooms. So that's a new terminology, and we'll look at that just now. But lock down the labs, super alignment, free world must prevail. That he's talking about the future of AI, that hopefully the free world will beat the rest of the world in terms of developing AI, creating projects, and imparting thoughts. So each one of these sections, you click on them, there's a whole bunch of, you can see it's a massive document with research and stuff. So what I've done is I've literally brought it into my notebook. I've linked every single one of those pages. just because I don't think it goes right across the domain. But you can now literally start having a conversation with this whole document or ask it questions. So it even gives you suggestions here. What are potential implications of intelligence explosions as described by the author, Leopold Aschenbrenner? Or how does the concept of scaling laws contribute? Or like we came across, what is an So ask that question, for instance. So now it goes through all of those documents. So this is different to ChatGPT or those because it only references the documents that you've given it. So no risk of hallucinations or not knowing where the information comes from. It's because you've literally specified the reference documents so that it's solid. It comes from you. So there it says stands for order of magnitude, and order of magnitude signifies tenfold increase. For instance, 100 increase is an equivalent of 10. So is basically the measurement that they say that's the scaling of how fast technology is moving and how fast in terms of investment. So the exponential growth of that, which is what he uses to determine when are we going to have AGI and when are we going to have super intelligent computers, which is and when is the computers going to take over the world and kill us all? That basically is how he predicts that. And the nice thing about it, it actually gives you references here as well. So you can, if I hover over it, it tells me the full reference of where it comes from. And if I click on it on the size here, it actually goes to that place in the document. So I can go check if it's actually accurate or where that information comes from. So really nice to sort of do research and get all your stuff together. But once you've done all of that, you could literally go to the notebook guide. It gives me a quick summary that it does as you pull in those resources. It gives you the summary. And then you can develop a FAQ. You can develop a study guide from it, create a table of contents, a timeline, a briefing document, whatever. It literally will transform this whole thesis into whatever you want to do next, if you want to write a blog or whatever that is. So literally it gives you some suggested questions. You can say, how quickly can we expect AGI? And you see it searches through all of those documents, and then the AI comes up with an answer related to that. So it just takes a little while because it's quite, as I showed, quite a big document. So the timeline for AGI influencing is a rapid emerge. It gives you the whole thing with references and everything. Exponential growth in compute, algorithmic efficiency gains, unhobbling models to unlock capabilities. So it's quite a scientific, and this guy who wrote it apparently is a genius, and you can see that in the type of writing that is here. But just in terms of the usefulness of this document, it really is, to me, as mind-boggling. And I'm super excited because I've already started putting stuff together. And literally, if you can find, say, 5 or 10 different sources, put them together, you can literally get a blog written within a few minutes. So let's say, for instance, I go to this document that I said is the future of AI. What I did in this case, I click on the source guide, and what I've done on this one, actually, let me show you. You add a source, I say on my drive, and what I did is I created a Google document called, is it in the right one? It's called The Future of AI, this one, and I uploaded that. But this document, The Future of AI, is actually, I literally just copy and paste information in there, and I can organize it as separate documents, or I can just put all of the information that I want underneath one another. That is if you don't want to use the website or a PDF file, or you don't have that. It's just information that you want to keep aside, make a note for yourself or something like that. Or you can literally just click a note and you can write a note when you're in a class or you're attending a meeting or something and you're making notes. You just make those notes here, and that becomes another source for you to create your book over here. So I really think it's a super exciting sort of invention or a progression that Google has made, and in terms of just researching stuff and keeping track of all of your resources. Another thing that I did over here is the research studies. So these are all research documents that Deloitte has done. I can't even remember half of these, but there was so many. I've got. Let me show you on my hard drive. Actually, I've got a bunch of AI related topics, reports that I've put together. Where's my reports? So I've been collecting all of these AI reports as people come out, like Grammarly did a report, Asana did a report, Microsoft, DALL-E, people come out with these reports, but, I sort of go through them and read them and everything, but it's always hard to get that information back if you're going to do a presentation or something like that, or you're going to write a blog or a white paper or whatever it is. I can literally take all of these documents now and I can bring them across into my note taker, and I can literally ask it any questions. So I can create a quiz like this one, for instance. So it asks me questions. So it's like a study guide. So it asks me what global trend in AI patent applications evident from them to then. So it's sort of Q&A. You can do like a Q&A from it, if you're studying with it. So yeah, pretty cool stuff. So yeah, lots of use cases, and I'm sure I'm just sort of touching, the beginning of stuff, but many use cases I can see for people to bring all of this stuff together. And if you've been working a few years like I have, I can go back to my old archive of stuff that I've saved and just bring that stuff back to life and really make it useful. So before I carry on, is there anybody else see the use cases for this, or see how this can be useful? Grant, what do you think?
Yeah, you always want shortcuts when you're an executive to get to and to provide summaries to other people as well. I think that could be really, really, really useful.
Yeah.
People don't have much time to make key decisions, so they're always looking for the executive summary as opposed to having to do the hard work to go and look it all up.
Yeah.
So yeah, definitely has some great applications. It's part of the new notebooks, right? Which will be
it's Google
sales soon.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the new notebook, the new Google Notebook will have this embedded.
Yes,
as a feature.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you been using the old notebook?
No, we
okay.
we don't.
I
We sell those devices, but we don't use them ourselves. Even on the Google Suite, we're on the Google Suite.
Yes,
but we're not on the. You need this is going to be embedded into the device. Am I right?
Yeah, I'm not sure if that is actually what the idea is. I don't know, because as it says there, it's experimental. So I don't know where they're going with this. But at the moment, you can go on any device and you just go in your browser, and you can literally go and sign up over here. So it's notebooklm.google.
Okay.
You can literally go and play with it over there. Sorry, I'm just being distracted here by the goings on and at my house. The other thing that I wanted to show you is where does Google, what's sort of the next thing that they want to do? And as you remember, we spoke about the Google, the I/O conference a little while ago, and this is one of the announcements that came up over there. If I could just get this started. Hello. Okay, here we go. Oh gosh, this is
Notebook LM is going to take all the materials on the left as input and output them into a lively science discussion personalized for him.
So let's dive into physics. What's on deck for today? Well, we're starting with the basics, force and motion.
Okay.
And that, of course, means we have to talk about Sir Isaac Newton and his 3 laws of motion.
And what's amazing is that my son and I can join into the conversation and steer it whichever direction we want. When I tap, join.
Hold on, we have a question. What's up, Josh?
Yeah, can you give my son Jimmy a basketball example?
Hey, Jimmy! That's a fantastic idea. Basketball is actually a great way to visualize force and motion. Let's break it down.
Okay, so first, imagine a basketball just sitting there on the court. It's not moving, right? That's because all the forces acting on it are balanced. The downward pull of gravity.
It connected the dots and created that age-appropriate example for him.
Making AI.
So you guys get that? It's basically, so this notebook that I just showed you, so what it's going to be able to do is literally create a conversation between 2 AI-generated people about that topic, and you can just sit and watch them and listen to them discuss the topic, or you can jump in and join the conversation and talk to those AI people and ask them questions. So if you could think about it, you could literally record that session, I guess, and then you'll have a interactive session that can be a podcast or something like that, or just your kid can learn from it. So that I think is pretty exciting as well. So again, it's going to be conversational. So pretty cool stuff where all of this is going. I don't know if anybody has any more questions or comments about the Google Notebook. Nothing? Okay, cool. All right, then let's have a look at what Apple is doing. Now, this is not the whole the whole conference that Apple did, but there's Apple Intelligence. I'm going to jump straight to that section that talks about Apple Intelligence. And I just want to give it a chance to load, where it talks about the AI introduction into the devices.
Apple Intelligence is the personal intelligence system that puts powerful generative models right at the core of your iPhone, iPad, and Mac. It draws on your personal context to give you intelligence that's most helpful and relevant for you. It protects your privacy at every step, and it is deeply integrated into our platforms and throughout the apps you rely on to communicate, work, and express yourself. For example, your iPhone can prioritize your notifications to minimize unnecessary distractions while ensuring you don't miss something important. Apple Intelligence also powers brand new writing tools that you can access system-wide to feel more confident in your writing. Private cloud compute allows Apple Intelligence to flex and scale its computational capacity and draw on even larger server-based models for more complex requests while protecting your privacy. These models run on servers we've especially created using Apple Silicon. These Apple Silicon servers offer the privacy and security of your iPhone from the silicon on up, draw on the security properties of the Swift programming language, and run software with transparency built in.
When you talk to Siri, you'll notice it's more deeply integrated into the system experience with this elegant glowing light that wraps around the edge of your screen. And you can speak to Siri more naturally, thanks to richer language understanding capabilities. Even if I stumble over my words, Siri understands what I'm getting at. What does the weather look like for tomorrow at Muir Beach? Oh wait, I meant Muir Woods.
The forecast is calling for clear skies in the morning near Muir Woods National Monument.
Suppose you want a better image for your architectural history course. With Image Wand, you can circle your rough sketch using Apple Pencil to open up an image playground within your note. Image Wand uses on-device intelligence to analyze your sketch and words and creates an image for you. We've all had that time when we thought we got the perfect shot and realized later it wasn't quite perfect. Now, the new cleanup tool will identify distracting objects in the background so you can make them disappear without accidentally changing your subject.
We want you to be able to use these external models without having to jump between different tools. So we're integrating them right into your experiences. And we're starting out with the best of these, the pioneer and market leader, ChatGPT from OpenAI.
Thank you so much for joining us. Let's have a
So yeah, so it's not much that they said there about the ChatGPT thing, but it's basically, as I said, you can ask Siri questions and she will answer as much as she can. And then if she doesn't know, she'll say, do you want me to call ChatGPT for that? And then you give permission, and it brings ChatGPT into the conversation. So that's quite interesting how all of that is is going to play out on Apple. So Apple didn't really sort of wow with brand new inventions or stuff. I think it's just they're systematically bringing it into their system, and they're just making sure that there's enough security on on the devices that people's because people have always had this sort of reliance on Apple for that it's trusted and that it's it's not going to sort of sell their data or something like that. So and I believe the ChatGPT integration is going to be free, so you can use ChatGPT for free over there. So yeah, I don't know what you guys are you guys who's using ChatGPT, or are you guys switched to other chatbots yet?
I'm still using ChatGPT.
Is it? Are you got a paid version, Lee?
Yeah, I have, yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
I've also paid version.
Okay.
I find myself using Perplexity much more now.
Yes, yeah. I like Perplexity a lot. It's the research capability. I don't know if you joined in time, and I mentioned Perplexity in the beginning, where they're bringing out pages. Have you seen that one, Simone?
Yeah, I noticed that today actually.
Oh, okay. Have you
quite
created
nice.
a page yet?
No. Tonight.
Yeah, no, it's quite a cool functionality. Actually, I think I've got an example, if I'm still sharing, so this is, can you guys still see my screen, by the way? I don't know if I switched it off. Can you guys?
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is Perplexity pages. And then here's, for instance, an example of somebody who's created a page. Let me actually go across to the link. So this is basically where somebody had looked at, apologies for all the examples being AI, but somebody had created sort of, with the help of Perplexity, had created all of this this whole page that he then published to the internet. So you can basically then go and click on what sources it used, or you can just carry on with ask a follow-up question within Perplexity about whatever is going on there. So really pretty cool stuff, I think, what's happening with that as well. So yeah, that's Perplexity. And yeah, who else? I actually have a confession to make. I've gone off ChatGPT paid version because you get a lot of the functionality of ChatGPT for free, even though it's just limited amounts. So I think you get like, 5, or I don't even know how many, but like 5 conversations a day, and you get that for free, and it's the full version, and it's the full smart version. And then if I really gonna get stuck, there's always Gemini, there's always Perplexity, there's always Claude, all of those sort of things that you could always go to. So yeah, so we're becoming spoiled for choice, and I reckon I'm going to use my $19 a month. Maybe I'll spend it this weekend in New York.
You'll buy a nice sandwich and some coffee.
Yeah, literally buy a hot dog on the stand on the corner. Yeah. So yeah, no, interesting stuff. Actually, something I didn't show you guys. Let me actually just stop sharing, showing you guys all my stuff that I do. Another that notebook, something I wanted to show you, but I don't know if you. What I'm looking forward to is I've got a lot of YouTube videos that I've saved that I want to go back to, you know, and use as part of research and stuff. So what I could, was that a question? Oh, Larry, your voice is on. I'm going to mute you quickly. Yeah, so basically what you can do is go to a video, get the transcript of the video. I don't know if everybody knows how you get a transcript of the video. It literally, you click underneath your video, say show transcript, copy that and paste it into Notebook. So you can literally go and get all those videos that, you know, you want to put together in one piece of research, and you put them together and then ask again, start the whole thing in creation and ask questions and things like that. So again, the use cases are just sort of coming at me as I'm thinking about it. So this is my favorite tool of the week, is Notebook LM. Cool. Any other questions or comments?
So let me get it straight. So what it does, it's you put all your information in and it links up with AI, okay, in the Notebook. Okay.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah, it
Okay,
doesn't.
So what does it use? ChatGPT or?
No, so just to confirm, it doesn't link up to ChatGPT or Gemini or anything. It literally is just AI that looks at the documents you gave it only. So if you ask it any question that's not in the documents, it'll tell you, sorry, I don't know about that. It's not in the information you provided for me. So it literally is just, so you feed it with information. I suppose, yeah, the difference with a GPT, for instance, the GPT assistants that you could create in ChatGPT, where you create your own ChatGPT, and you can add knowledge base and you can add functionality and all of that stuff to the GPT. But the GPTs still look at the big information training that it's got from ChatGPT, from OpenAI, and it combines it with your knowledge base. So the danger is still there that it could hallucinate, it can come up with nonsense, because the chatbots have they don't want to look bad in front of you and tell you they don't know, so they just make it up if they don't know. So actually, my daughter has got AP English. She's in matric this year, and she's asked several times. She's asked for information, about certain books that she's reading, and then the AI would literally make up stuff that's not in the book. She tells me like Joe married Susan, and she goes like, Joe is Susan's brother. They didn't get married, but the AI gives her that sort of very confidently. That's the idea, So you got to still be careful with AI. But yeah, Lee, no, this doesn't go out of your knowledge base that you give it.
I'm going to give you an example. So I've got my insurance review takes place at the moment, and they're shopping or whatever, So if I take my old policy and I say, this is my new policy, I say, show me the significant difference. Will it do that?
Yes, there we go. That's a good use case. Exactly. Because it'll look at those two documents and compare them for you.
Okay.
Great stuff. Any other ideas how to use Notebook? I'm stumped. Good. All right, everyone. That's all I got for you this week. Next week, I'm going to be in the US. I'm going to try and connect up. I'm taking my laptop with, and I might call you early in the morning. I think this is 8 o'clock in the morning there. 4 o'clock, yeah, it's 8 o'clock there. So I'll call you early in the morning over breakfast. Okay.
No problem.
All right, everyone. Have a good one.
Thank you.
Cheers,
Take
cheers.
care. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Yes, Vincent.
Thanks a lot.